So here we are in Flores, colorful Flores, so beautiful. Petén Itzá on this lake, Lake Flores. Itzá meaning magic in the Mayan language, and Petén meaning lake. So it's something like magical lake. And you feel the magic when you arrive here in Flores. The colors, the sounds of the tropical birds everywhere. And then, there goes one right now. And then we're heading off to the Mayan ruins in Tikal, where you'll hear howler monkeys. It should be quite an adventure. I hadn't been back there in about 38 years. Ugh, I don't even want to say it out loud, but it's been a while. But what really makes me orgulloso, as they say in Spanish, proud, this was the last place that the Spanish Empire could not conquer. They had conquered the whole New World. They had conquered Montezuma and the Aztecs. They had wiped out the Incas. The Mayans just sort of disappeared on their own. It wasn't something that the Spaniards did with Tikal, that they came in and they conquered it. But Flores was the last holdout, and this was Mayan. And it took them something like 30 years, I believe. I could be wrong on that. You know, my channel's more about fun and entertainment. If you want to find out the history of a place, there are videos for that. And you can get a book. That's what I do. My video style is not about telling you in 1592 this happened here. No, it's about bringing the real beauty of a place, the life of a place to you. And I hope you appreciate that kind of content. Stick with me, subscribe, and of course hit that like and notification bell. That would help me out a lot, helps the channel out a lot to grow.
For my 3 days in Flores, Hotel Savannah became my home base. Now, it's not exactly luxury, no marble lobbies or infinity pools, but it had its own quiet charm. And honestly, it was a big step up from the last time I stayed here nearly 30 years ago with my cousin, in grass huts floating on the lake, all connected by rope bridges that swayed with every step. Hotel Savannah sits right on the edge of Lake Petén Itzá, where little lanchas pull up just outside the room like water taxis. From here, I could drift across the lake and wander the pastel streets of Flores, before trading the calm waters for the dense jungle that hide the ancient city of Tikal. And as luck would have it, I also scored an amazing corner room on the top floor of the hotel with spectacular views of the lake, which I thoroughly soaked in before settling in for my first night in Flores. The following morning, I knew I wanted to explore the island, so I let my feet lead the way through the hidden callejones and secret back streets of colorful Flores. This was my favorite time to explore the island. The hot tropical sun hadn't yet begun to heat the town, and it felt like it was just me and the sounds of the birds and animals waking to greet the day, while the rising sun bounced gently off colorful buildings and thatched roofs. The island's stray cats would greet me like feline guides, as if saying, "Follow me. I'll show you some of my favorite secret paths." So I followed them, meeting their buddies lounging along narrow alleys and hidden corners of the island.
Hi. I know. Are you hungry? You hungry? I wish I had something for you. Some tuna fish. I'll give you a little love. A little scratch and a hug. Bye, buddy. Have a good day.
My little feline friend led me to his favorite part of the island, Flores' Central Park, perched at the highest point. It reminded me of the old days in Guatemala, when new lovers would stroll in slow circles around the central cupola, whispering promises of lifelong devotion. Scattered around the park were even a few Mayan artifacts, showcasing the history of nearby Tikal, and even a quiet bust of the first mayor of Flores, watching over it all. Also standing in the park is the Catholic Church of Flores, glowing in simple white stucco. It was Sunday morning, and something about the quiet of the island made it feel like the right moment to step inside, to give thanks for the journey, for the beauty of this place, and for the incredible gift of being able to share these experiences with you all. After a morning of exploring in a beautiful mass, I was starting to feel the pull of breakfast, so I made my way back toward my hotel.
All right, I just discovered this awesome place, maple and tocino, maple and bacon. I could see it from my swimming pool at the hotel, and it's down this little alley. The food looks incredible. Well, at least the name of the restaurant sounds incredible. And we're gonna check it out right now. And it's right here on the water, right where you catch the water taxis.
After polishing off what could only be described as a lumberjack breakfast crossed with a desayuno chapin, I figured the only next logical step was a tour of the lake, especially with the lanchas waiting right there at the water's edge.
Buenos días, buenos días. ¿Cuánto es para llevarme a cruzarme el lago y de regreso? ¿O llevarme en un tour? ¿Sí?
¿Un tour de cuánto tiempo? ¿Una hora? ¿Media hora?
Media hora.
¿Media hora?
No voy a filmar todo, pero aquí. Ok. Bueno. Gracias. Hola. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Ponciano.
Ponciano. ¿Y tú?
Diego.
Diego. So Ponciano and Diego are taking me on a tour here around the lake for about a half an hour. And they're just pointing out the little towns. And there's a animal reserve that they're going to take me to, which I would have never gotten to if it wasn't for them. So, muchas gracias por todo esto. Okay, bueno. Okay. Bueno. All right, this little town here, it's a quiet little sleepy town across from Flores. It's called San Miguel. And I can see it from my hotel room. And then as we look across from San Miguel, you see Flores. And somewhere amongst the colors of those buildings is my hotel where I'm staying, with the perfect room right on the corner that captures the vistas of this beautiful, beautiful lake, Petén Itzá, magical lake. I think we're coming upon the Astra Hostel, which has a bit of fame of being kind of a party hostel. Yep, there it is. I didn't think we would get this close. It looks beautiful in the evening from my hotel room. Little aqua and white house here lit up in the evening. And there's already some sunbathers out. Looks like a very American European crowd here. Maybe a little partied out, I think. It is Sunday after all. There's my hotel over there. Yep. Look at this iguana hanging on the coconut palm here. We just pulled up on the lancha, the little wooden boat. And I said, look at that. Look at that iguana. He said, I'll take you right close up to it. And sure enough, if he didn't do it. And here he is just chilling out on Lake Petén Itzá with the roosters. They know the magic of this lake as well as I do. Now, wouldn't this be a beautiful home here on Lake Flores, Petén Itzá? But it's a restaurant, and it's called Raíces del Lago, Roots of the Lake. So my guide said it's just a restaurant, but it kind of looks like you can stay here with those sun chairs. I don't know too many people who come to dinner and decide they want to lay out in the sun for a little while. So I bet there is some private cabins you can rent here with all the view of Flores in front of you. Beautiful. So we just spotted some turtles. And ¿cómo se llama esa tortuga otra vez?
Ticotea.
Ticotea. That's the name of the turtle, Ticotea. Sounds like a very Mayan type word. But yeah, kind of cool. These guys are great for spotting animals. I can't even see them in the bush, but they spot them every time. Well, apparently our motor just died, so hopefully we're okay. Oh no, we just got a little seaweed in the engine, so we're gonna fix that and keep going on the journey here. There we go. We're all started up again.
I gotta tell you, cruising across the lake on this Sunday morning felt like a dream. Out on Lake Petén Itzá, the sun shimmered across the water while the colorful buildings of Flores glowed softly in the distance. As we passed nature reserves and little boutique hotels tucked along the shoreline, everything felt calm and unhurried, like the world had just quieted down for a while. And with the gentle rhythm of the water rocking the lancha, I couldn't help but feel completely relaxed, just soaking in how special that moment really was.
Yeah, so this little island is the first radio station here in Petén. Can you imagine? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful day here in Petén, 98 degrees in the big city or little town of Flores. Hope you have a great start to the morning. And here we are heading back to Flores. I don't know if you can see the church off in the distance. That's where I went to Mass this morning. And my hotel is sort of that aqua blue one on the corner off to the left. And yeah, a beautiful Sunday morning here in Petén. ¿Y ustedes siempre están ahí donde el tocino y maple y tocino?
Maple y tocino.
Ajá.
Siempre ahí estamos.
Excelente restaurante, me gustó mucho.
La comida.
Cuando uno tienes bastante hambre, buenísimo. Saying hi to a fisherman here on the lake. ¿Y qué está pescando ahí?
El pescado, el fish se llama blanco.
Blanco. Ah, okay.
Nosotros blanco le decimos.
Here's something you don't get to see too much, going under the peninsula bridge that brings you in. Are we going to hit this thing? Oh my God, no we did not. We are passing under the peninsula bridge that brings you from the airport into Flores. Wow, that was pretty cool. And now we've come through that bridge and we're on the other side of the lake, which you don't realize how big this lake is. But climate change is unfortunately taking away the town little by little. So about 20% of the island is already consumed by the lake. You can see it in the streets, in the small restaurants, in the bars. The main street used to come out where I'm filming right now, where we're going by on the lancha. But now the lake is taken over. Climate change, it's a real thing. We need to pay attention to it. Like for instance here, you see some houses that the water's already consumed the first floor. It's unlivable. Kind of like Venice. You can see where the grass is on one side and then you have grass on the other side. And that's where I remember going around the island on a car. You can even see the street lights, the old street lights. But now that's all gone. As our guide said, 20% of the island has been consumed by the rising tides of the lake. And there's my hotel room on the third floor, on the corner, our swimming pool, and right next door, one of my favorite restaurants here in Flores, Maple and Bacon, Maple and Tocino. And this is where you can find these guys. If you want a perfect calm tour of the lake on a lancha, I'm gonna leave their names and a link. Well, they probably don't have a link, but I'll leave their names. And you just can find them at Maple and Tocino restaurant here in Flores. I highly recommend them. They're father and son, and the son is learning how to drive the boat and take over for his father one day. So I think that's lovely. And there's my hotel pool. And here's where the father and son always dock, in front of one of my favorite restaurants, which looks packed. So it is very popular for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And here, in one of these little callejones, alleyways, is the evidence of the Christmas celebrations the kids had at midnight at the birth of Jesus. All the cohetes, firecrackers, cherry bombs, littering the cobblestone streets in the alley. It's beautiful. First time I would ever say litter is beautiful, but they'll clean it up.
As I wandered deeper through the quiet streets of Flores, I couldn't help but think of my grandfather and my father. Did they ever explore these same hidden alleys, the way I was now? Did they pause and look around in awe at the vivid pastel buildings glowing under the tropical sun? I'll never really know. They never wrote it down before they passed. But something in my heart tells me they did. And walking those streets, I couldn't shake the feeling that in some small way, I was following in their footsteps.
So as I said, I love taking my little walks down through the crooked streets, cobblestone streets of Flores here. And I always take a morning walk to come right to my favorite little panaderia, bakery, coffee shop called Delirio. And I have my coffee, which, you know, it's a little better coffee in Antigua. It's not so bad. And usually I get like a cinnamon roll or something like that. I'm glad I booked a couple more days after Tikal to really just settle in and feel like a local. And this is one of the local spots that I found that I really love.
After coffee, I found myself wanting something light for lunch, but still something authentic. Wandering through the streets, I came upon a beautiful little spot called El Perregrino, a quaint restaurant that immediately felt like one of those hidden gems you're lucky to stumble upon while traveling.
I love this little restaurant. And I just ordered a beautiful caldo de res. But first a Coca-Cola bien fría with real sugar. Real cane sugar. Oh my God, look at this caldo de res. I wonder if it's as good as Raquelitas. We're about to find out, but it looks freaking amazing. Oh, he's like me. He likes to sunbathe. Not a great tan there, buddy, but I hear you. I appreciate it. Relax. And I wanted to show you this little bar called Mangoes on the rooftop of this hotel. Probably the best rooftop bar in all of Flores, or at least the one with the best panoramic views. You can get closer to the lake, but I don't think you'll get more spectacular panoramic views than at Mango's rooftop bar. Look at this drink. Unbelievable. I don't know if that's going to be my drink. No. Mine's the Crater Azul, the blue crater. But this could, I think this is one of mine. Wow, ese es el Cráter Azul. Qué fantástico. This is an incredible drink. At an incredible bar, Mangoes, here in Flores, Guatemala. I've fallen in love with Flores. I didn't remember it being so colorful and so magical and so beautiful from my youth. I just remembered the humid, mosquito-ridden huts that my cousin Rodrigo and I stayed in, and we had to drink gallo because there was no air conditioning just to fall asleep. Cases of gallo. But this, God, has opened my heart. It's so beautiful. I'm definitely coming back to Flores, and so should you. And if you definitely love this video or even like the video, please consider subscribing. It helps me, helps the channel out, and helps me bring you beautiful places like this in the world, maybe to inspire you to visit for the first time. I love you all. Take care. Best wishes, and I'll see you in the next video.